Hi Scorpio, Scorpio rising and Scorpio moon. This is your August 2016 forecast. Before I get going with where the sun is in your chart this month, I just want to say a word on your planetary ruler Mars. Mars of course had a long retrograde period this year, and although Mars is now direct, it's still moving through its shadow period and towards a conjunction with Saturn. So for a while now, and by a while I mean several months, you'll have been feeling off color, that things aren't going in the usual smooth fashion for you. You may have felt a bit frustrated in terms of getting things off the ground, and so you won't have been operating with your usual efficacy. Once Mars moves beyond the conjunction with Saturn, you'll be back to feeling like you're on top of things and that you can proceed in your usual no-nonsense and highly effective manner. So this is something to look forward to. So in the meantime, just review your projects and schemes and consider what you want to invest your energies in. Because once Mars moves beyond Saturn and its conjunction on the 24th of August, you'll really feel that old vigor, joie de vivre, and sense that you can do anything. So that's definitely, like I said, something to look forward to. Since the 22nd of July, the Sun has been in Leo in your 10th house, and it will stay there until the 23rd of August. This makes the predominant focus this month your career. This is the house where we receive recognition for our work and where we're in the spotlight. It's the most public area of the chart. So this could show emphasis on responsibilities at work, because usually with power comes more responsibility. It can also sometimes show up as an increased emphasis on our relationship with our parents. But for the most part, this house is concerned with how we appear in public. And so in that sense, it's the most visible part of the chart. So you could be really receiving acclaim for your work, or like I said, have more professional responsibility. And either way, you'll be very career focused this month and you'll be pushing to succeed further in your career. Let's see where the new moon and the full moon are in this month. The new moon in Leo is in the 10th house as well, with trines towards Saturn in the 2nd house. This could show that you're thinking of ways to invest in your career, how to spend your resources wisely to promote your career goals. It can also show a lot of diligent hard work and effort and long-term planning, and at times can show up as assistance from elders or peers or respected people professionally. So you'll be considering how to use your resources responsibly in order to further your career. And in Leo, the moon will be striving for attention and recognition, so you'll really want to be appreciated for the work that you've done and receive status and acclaim accordingly. The full moon will be in your 4th house and in Aquarius. This brings the focus back to the private domain. You will be this is a bit more emotional and subjective, and you'll be looking at how you can balance home and work life. So the focus is on a strong personal domain and public recognition and acclaim. The 1st of August kicks off with a lovely trine between Venus and Uranus from your 10th to your 6th house. This is good for unexpected social and romantic connections, as well as for money coming from work. So you could be receiving money for something that you've done professionally, or you could have an unexpected and beneficial social connection that helps further career aims. This combines with the Sun trine Saturn, which is very good for a practical application. So you'll be able to get things done more easily. So it's a good kickstart to getting things accomplished this month. The 2nd of August is the new moon, which, as I've said, is in your 10th house in Leo. So you'll be setting new career goals and you'll be feeling very aspirational career-wise. So professional goals, professional responsibilities, and the ability to work hard and make long-term plans to achieve them. So working responsibly with your resources to further your career aims. On the 4th of August, Mars goes into Sagittarius in your 2nd house, which is the house of money and resources and also what we value. Mars in the 2nd house has a strong capacity to work independently, so you'll be feeling very resourceful and fired up. You may not take well to criticism or interference in your work, but in terms of taking initiative and being able to work very diligently and effectively, Mars will be great in this respect. Just bear in mind that Mars is moving to conjunct Saturn in your second house towards the end of the month, and this will show some setbacks in terms of getting your initiatives off the ground. Use this time to review your career goals thoroughly, so that by the time that conjunction is over, you have a very focused and clear idea of where you want to spend your energy and where it will be best spent. Between the 5th and the 7th of August, Mercury will square Saturn from your 11th to your 2nd house. This could show up as perhaps a pessimistic attitude from a friend towards you, or a bit of bad feeling. It will also show up as, a lot of the capacity to focus on your work and concentrate, and you feeling pessimistic. Either way, because it's a very good aspect for concentration, you may want to utilize it for work, and don't let doom and gloom get you down. Rather use it to attend to details conscientiously. On the 6th of August, Mars and Venus are in a square between your 11th and 2nd house. This again can show up as tension and friction between a friend or within a group association. So there could be some, differences of opinion and friction as a result. So try and simmer down and not let it erupt in an explosion. You really don't want to act out. On the 7th of August, Mercury opposes Neptune from your 11th to 5th house. This can show up as disappointment with romance or disappointment with a friend. Perhaps a friend or lover lets you down, or perhaps things seem too good to be true and then fizzled out. If this isn't the case, you may just find yourself being disappointed in the actions of a friend or a lover, perhaps unrealistically. Perhaps it's your own expectations that are unrealistic. If you can, try and channel this disappointment through literature and art, because it can have a beneficial outcome if it's just expressed in a way that doesn't have actual real-world consequences. So a good time to see a romantic movie or to get lost in a book where these themes are explored. On the 10th of August, Mercury trines Pluto from the 11th to the 3rd house. This aspect will clear the air, and it's very constructive for intense and focused communication. With these houses, it can also show like getting your ideas out through social networks and furthering your aims as a result, so your ideas could really take off. It's also very good for research and possibly even getting your ideas into the news, so making headlines in a way. Between the 12th and the 14th, Venus squares Saturn from your 10th to your 2nd house. This aspect also shows up as bad feeling, possibly between friends, and, again, a bit of pessimism. So, also a good day to work alone and not let your disgruntled attitude interfere with your connections to other people. On the 14th of August, Venus opposes Neptune, also from your 11th to your 5th house. This is also indicative of romantic disillusionment, or again, disappointment in a friend, or perhaps somewhere where you thought there was a connection, it turned out it wasn't going to go anywhere. So, disappointment in love and friendship. So, again, perhaps it's just you feeling demoralized on this day, or having expected too much from certain interactions that didn't pan out quite as you'd thought. On the 16th of August, the Sun will trine Uranus between the 10th and the 6th house. This is very good for innovation at work. You'll be feeling reinvigorated, and there'll be a fresh take on how to respond to work crises, and perhaps a new take on how to make money. You may have, with Uranus in this house, you may have been feeling that you want to change your profession, or a bit burdened by other people's expectations, especially if they're overbearing. So this could be a new take on how to deal with these things more effectively. Or just a new way to get a work project off the ground and work more effectively. On the 17th of August, Venus will trine Pluto from the 11th to the 3rd house. This aspect is great for artistic expression. It's also fantastic for deepening your relationships and refining them. So very good for taking friendships to the next level, making your communication with a friend perhaps more meaningful, and as a result, deepening your connection and making it stronger. So also good, like I said, for artistic expression. So, if you express yourself in a creative way, this is a fantastic aspect for that. The 18th of August is the full moon in Aquarius in your 4th house. Like I said, this brings the focus from your career goals and aspirations and public persona back to your private domain. It's your home base. So this is how you would, with the full moon here, you'd want to connect with family and make your home life more comfortable and really reinforce your roots and sense of connection, because you'll be looking for more emotional value and meaning in things. And like I said, this is your private domain. It's how you connect with family. It can also show up as property interests. You might want to invest in property or in a home, or somehow renovate your home a little bit to make it more comfortable, and also just make your home life, generally speaking, more emotionally fulfilling. There's a trine between the Sun and Uranus from the 10th to the 6th house, and from the Moon to Uranus from the 4th to the 6th house. So there will be some fresh inspiration and some new ideas in terms of how to achieve this. So you'll have an original, creative take on how to set yourself up more comfortably and how to achieve balance between work and home life. On the 22nd of August, Mercury will conjunct Jupiter in your 11th house. This is great for money from business and work contacts, and also for expansive communication within friendship circles and social networks. So this will broaden your view of a topic. And with Mercury in Virgo, there'll be a lot of attention to details. So it's good for business negotiations, concluding business deals, for a very encompassing view on matters. So very good for social connections, business deals, and negotiations. On the 23rd of August, the Sun will go into Virgo in your 11th house. This is quite a light-hearted placement for the Sun. It's social networks, group affiliations, friends in general. So, there can be a lot of socializing with the Sun in the 11th house, and you'll be looking to fulfill your hopes and dreams and aspirations through your connections in the world. But more on that next month. On the 24th of August, Mars finally conjuncts Saturn in your 2nd house. This can show some restrictions around money and investments and resources, so you may be feeling a bit curtailed at this time. So, like I said, it can be a bit of a splatter effect, a bit of a stop and go. But if you've used your time wisely, the time leading up to this conjunction, you'll have reviewed your plans and considered where you want to get involved with, financially and otherwise, and how you want to direct your energy in ways that will be the most productive. So use this time to get more clear in terms of the direction you want things to go, and like I said, how you would best want to utilize your energy. On the 26th of August, Mars squares Neptune from the 2nd to the 5th house. This unfortunately can show up as dealings with shady people, possibly even substance abuse. So again, you could be let down by a lover, or, something that started off as fun could have you feeling not so great the next day. So possibly substance abuse that's ill-advised, or like I said, a shady interaction. So either way can be a bit disenchanting. Between the 26th and the 29th, there's a lovely conjunction between Venus and Jupiter in your 11th house. This is a fantastic day for a party. If you want to entertain, this is the time to do it. You'll certainly be in a celebratory mood and generally feeling very good about yourself. So great for interacting with friends, great for festivities, and also incidentally great for business. So because this house can show money from business, so can again be very good for business deals and negotiations and for a general good feeling. Between the 27th and the 30th, Mercury will conjunct Venus Also quite fortuitously in your 11th house of social connections, groups, and as such, a very good aspect for easy communication. You'll be feeling very persuasive, able to communicate your ideas in a very magnetic fashion, so people will be quite compelled by you. At the same time, it's easy communication, so it's very good also for business negotiations or for just friendly interactions. And furthermore, if you have words of love that you want to express to someone, this is a very good time for that because it lends itself well to sentimental communication. Anyway, that's all for this month. Thanks for listening, and please tune in next month.